The Defense Minister of Pakistan, Khawaja Asif, warns that India-Pakistan war may break out in 2 to 4 days. Defense Minister says Pakistan has reinforced forces. Some strategic decisions have been taken. And here's what he said exactly. The clouds of war are gathering over the region, with tensions reaching alarming levels. A war could potentially break out between India and Pakistan within the next 2 to 4 days. And the news around Telegram regarding this just keeps saying a lot of the same stuff, but we'll go up here a little bit to where I put up a post from Hal Turner where he had it kind of summarized pretty well. The situation with India and Pakistan is so far beyond what the public knows, it's staggering to contemplate. Today, extremely sensitive information gathered via covert means, well, via telegram, reveals discussions among members of the Indian parliament concerning the future of Pakistan. They say that Pakistan will be divided into 4 parts before the end of 2025. They speak as if this has not only been decided, but will, in fact, be carried out by means of war. Yes, I'm sure this has been in the plans for a long time. 2025 has been their target year for a long time, guys. Going all the way back to Madame Blavatsky and all of her teachings, and we're not going to get into that in this video. But even all of the occultists, Manly P. Hall, Blavatsky, and others have said 2025 is the year that all of these things will culminate, including, apparently, all of these wars. Look at this. The members of the Indian Parliament have been briefed and told to expect a nuclear confrontation. Then at 2:37 p.m. Eastern today, U.S. time, the outbreak of hostilities in Pakistan is already considered inevitable. And as I just showed you, the Pakistan defense minister just said publicly that the clouds of war against India are hovering over for the next 2 to 4 days. He even casually said both sides should refrain from using nuclear weapons. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. As soon as one side starts getting badly beaten, which a lot of people predict will be Pakistan, that's when the nuclear weapons will start flying. But we'll see. The Pakistan Air Force has announced 2 separate major air combat exercises in the Central and Northern Air Command starting today. Now, the 2 exercises will be conducted simultaneously in the northern and central areas of responsibility. During the exercise, the Pakistani Air Force will deploy most of its manned and unmanned aircraft, long-range air defense assets, electronic warfare assets with fully integrated command and control in the battlefield to these areas of responsibility. As the Southern Air Command exercise held earlier this week concludes tomorrow, all 3 regional commands of the Pakistan Air Force will be deployed for separate exercises tonight. In India, the concern is that these exercises are actually cover for a first strike by Pakistan. Pakistan has also positioned over 80 SH-15, 155 millimeter self-propelled guns near the Indian border. That's according to their local media. Now, 3:42 p.m. Eastern today, Pakistan said they're on high alert and we're ready to use nuclear weapons in the event of a direct threat to the existence of our country. The world should be concerned about the possibility of a conflict between 2 nuclear powers, India and Pakistan, Asif added. Islamabad will have a very worthy response to Indian threats, both to Indian aviation and to hypersonic missiles, he added. And if an all-out war breaks out between India and Pakistan, Pakistan will be in a very tough spot, as India counts the US, the UK, the EU, Japan, and Israel among its strong allies. Pakistan is backed by China, Turkey, Iran, and Malaysia. Russia, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE remain neutral, at least for now. And that's the latest that we have on the whole India-Pakistan situation. Now we turn our attention to Donald Trump and the trade war. So in the Atlantic over the weekend, Trump came out and said this: I run the country and the world. Unbelievable. Here we go with the Antichrist Trump again. At least he's saying it as it is, because every decision and tweet that he makes pretty much affects everyone in the whole world, especially trade right now. So President Trump shared his thoughts on how his 2 terms as president have differed, saying in a new interview with The Atlantic that this time around, he's leading the country and the world. He said that the first time around, I had two things to do: run the country and survive. I had all these crooked guys. And the second time, I run the country and the world. Trump has taken broad executive action on a range of issues since returning to the office in January, with his moves on immigration and trade drawing the most attention and producing intense pushback in the courts and among global leaders, respectively, as we all know. And speaking of the tariffs, you can see the headlines everywhere. Trump's China tariffs set to unleash supply shock on the U.S. economy. I mean, all of these empty store shelves they keep talking about. You're already starting to see it happen in Europe. And when my wife was out shopping the other day at Costco and a couple other places, it was a madhouse. So people are already out stocking up on things they know they're not going to be able to get soon. Here's the IMF saying that the Trump tariffs are crashing the world economy, with the U.S. going to be the worst off. Indeed, I bet it will be. And then Trump the peacemaker. He's set to announce over $100 billion in a weapons deal to Saudi Arabia. And he's about to take that trip here very soon, about the middle of May, it looks like, as U.S. President Donald Trump is going to visit Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE from May 13th to 16th. Now, guys, I don't think this is just going to be about the arms deals. I think this is also going to be about expanding the Abraham Accords. So watch for a big announcement on that during this trip, or maybe even right before it. Who knows? But I bet you that's one of the things that's going to happen. Saudi Arabia will join the Abraham Accords. We have Syria and other countries ready to do so as well. So we'll see about this Middle East trip and what it all entails. But he's going to be pushing this arms deal. And he says it's good for U.S. jobs, of course. This is from Reuters. The United States is poised to offer Saudi Arabia an arms package worth well over $100 billion, according to 6 sources with direct knowledge of the issue, told Reuters, saying the proposal is being lined up for announcement during U.S. President Trump's visit to the kingdom in May. The offered package comes after the administration of former President Biden unsuccessfully tried to finalize a defense pact with Riyadh as part of a broad deal that envisioned Saudi Arabia normalizing ties with Israel. There it is. The Biden proposal offered access to more advanced U.S. weaponry in return for halting Chinese arms purchases and restricting Beijing's investment in the country. Reuters could not establish if the Trump administration's proposal included similar requirements. And who knows? At this point, it doesn't really matter. The point that I wanted to bring up was the fact that this deal and this trip envisions Saudi Arabia normalizing ties with Israel. The Abraham Accords expansion is about to happen. So, just saying, the Antichrist is making moves, but those moves are not going to benefit the U.S. And if you want some history on that, I'll put this link up for you as well. History, effect, and reaction to tariffs. See, back in 1930, we had the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, and that raised U.S. import duties to protect American businesses and farmers from foreign competition that inadvertently decimated global trade and worsened and lengthened the Great Depression. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 increased import tariffs by about 20%, kicking off a global trade war that contributed to the Great Depression's ill effects. So I'll let you read the rest on your own. But the bottom line is, it backfired then, and it's backfiring tremendously again right now. The U.S. is going to be the worst off for this. But the IMF is right. It is crashing the world economy, with the U.S. being the worst off, and that was the whole plan, right? You can't have a new world order with the U.S. still being the most powerful country in the world. You have to have a reset, and this is part of it. That's why Trump is doing this. He's just lining everything up as he's being instructed. So he's also separating the wheat from the chaff, the sheep from the goats, as people declare their loyalties to either the Antichrist or Jesus Christ. And we see that battle going on as well in the spiritual realm. So prayed up and prepped up, guys. Like I said this morning, things are sitting on go all over the world, including India and China, as I just got done showing you. So expect a nuclear confrontation, is what the members of the Indian parliament have been told. So prayed up first, prepped up second, because that is the best prep you can make, being right with Jesus Christ, because he is the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through him. Make him your Lord and Savior today while there's still time. Oh, I can't emphasize that enough. And now, Don'tSpeakNews.com is home base for everything that we do. I put all kinds of things here that we can't talk about anywhere else. Over 2,500 articles, videos, and stories now here on the website. And if you'd like to support us, our channel support tab is here. We are listener supported only, and I thank you very much for the support you've given. Because without you guys, we literally would not stick around, but all the links to support us are right there. And then if you'd like to subscribe, click on that tab. And the subscription box is here. It's also at the bottom of every article, and you'll get one pop-up as you're reading an article if you'd like to subscribe. Just type in your email, click on the subscribe button, and you're in. And then to email me, it's protonmail, don'tspeaknews@protonmail. And that's how you get in touch with me, or you send me some leads, articles, what have you. And that will be it for now. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.